Hey, Sanctuary family and friends, I hope this finds you doing well and persevering this week, maybe even flourishing this week. I wanted to bring you our Midweek Lenten Devotional. And as you know, during this season of Lent, we've been walking through the devotional songs of the Spirit and looking at various psalms and themes through the psalms. And this week's theme is It's a Beautiful World. And in the season of Lent, we spend a lot of time on reflection with an eye toward lamenting the brokenness in our lives, the sin in our lives, with the brokenness and sin in our world. But also we're reminded, as we're inching toward Easter, we're reminded of the beauty of this world and the hope that we have, the renewal that will come to this world, and the beauty and the goodness that we do find in this world and that we find in the resurrection are a result of the goodness and beauty of God himself. And so today's reading is Psalm 121 with that in mind. So I want to read that from the NIV, again, to give you another kind of flavor or voice in addition to the one in our devotional. So Psalm 121 goes like this. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. I love this psalm, and I love all the psalms, as I've said before, but I love this psalm, especially in this season, because sometimes, or some weeks or months even, hope has felt like it's come in short supply. And as we have hope, as we seek help, the question is, where does that help come from? Where does our ultimate source of help come from? Sometimes, we feel like there is no help or hope to be found, right? That we're being overwhelmed by so many things going on in our lives, so many broken things, so many negative things happening to us, to those around us, things in our culture. And this psalm reminds us that our ultimate help comes from the Lord. It comes from the Creator, the Maker of heaven and earth, the one who's made it all and who will redeem it all, who has promised to redeem it all. And I love this psalm because it says he will not let our foot slip. He watches over us even when we sleep. So God is there. Even sometimes, again, when we feel like God may be far, the reality is that God is near to us. God is with his people always and watching over us, caring for us, providing for us. He will not let harm come to us. That doesn't mean that there won't be any harm in our lives, that we won't face any hardship or struggles, that we won't have any issues in our lives. But what it means is that he ultimately will not let us falter. He'll not let us fall. He will provide. He'll give us what we need. He'll carry us through such things. He will keep us from harm. He will watch over our lives. He watches our coming and going. So I love how Megan Daffern puts it in today's devotional. She has a paragraph about halfway through, and she says that security is largely brought about in Psalm 121 by the kindly God who's watching over the people. He's a God who is alert for their well-being, who doesn't doze off and fail to notice that they're running into trouble or that there's a threat just around the corner. He's the most dependable watchman of a city, the security guard who's ready to deal with any problems. So I hope you remember that today and going forward. Remember that God is the watchman. He is always watching over his people. He's ready and able to deal with any problem that we go through. So you can bring that to him. It's not too big for him. He is not far away, but he is near. So draw encouragement from that today.